take a loop of rope, see? Like this. Pull the loop through. Open that. Drop it in there.
Do I just go?
Yeah.
This is insane.
This is one of those moments
It's that first step that's the hardest.
when you ask yourself,
All right, this is gonna hold me, right?
what am I thinking?
It is like an abyss straight down. I got the hang of it. It's really hard to breathe down here.
The answer takes us back 10 years to what at first looked like an ordinary house fire. Turned out it was deliberately set to cover up a triple murder. A mother and 2 children brutally killed. The husband and father, a man named Robert Fisher, the lone suspect.
10 days later, authorities found the family's missing SUV and their dog in the forest near the town of Young. Search crews scoured the forest, but those who knew the area suspected Fisher was hiding nearby. There are plenty of ways to disappear up here, but there's one place in particular that stood out back then and still does today. That perfect spot is a cave. At the time investigators searched this cave, they even set off flash bombs down here. They concluded Fisher was not down here.
But now, 10 years later, there's some questions as to whether they searched deep enough or whether this is even the right cave.
The fact is, there are dozens of caves all within a short walk, and investigators only searched one.
It'd be easy to elude someone if you've got the upper hand of the terrain.
Brian Rackley has been caving up here since 1985. Now he's taking us to one of the other caves in the area to see if it's possible Robert Fisher got away by hiding underground.
As we drop down into the entrance, the walls immediately feel like they're closing in.
This is pretty much my worst fear. Claustrophobia.
And it doesn't get any easier right away.
Oh, this is muddy and wet.
The tunnel finally opens up. And that is when we begin to notice something about the way we're all breathing.
It's bad air.
Or trying to breathe.
Why am I having a tough time breathing?
High CO2.
And
A lot less oxygen than you're used to.
The carbon dioxide comes from decomposing plant matter. And if you hit a pocket of this bad air,
All of a sudden it'll feel like the wind has been knocked out of it.
we start to wonder how long Robert Fisher could have lasted down here. One thing is certain, there are plenty of places to hide.
The search and rescue team searched for Fisher for 3 days up here. But let me show you something. Somebody could easily crawl through one of these small tunnels, pull the dirt in behind them, and disappear completely.
That brings us back to where we started our story, at the top of a drain, looking down into a pit of blackness.
The air will be worse down there.
Harder to breathe down there.
The only way down is to rappel.
looks like I'm going down into an abyss. I can't even see the bottom.
I inch my way down, hoping the rope and harness will hold. Then I reach the bottom.
You can really feel how the air is thicker down here.
All right.
Now it's my turn.
I got the hang of it.
As I'm dropping down, something occurs to me.
This is crazy.
This isn't just a hole in the ground.
Every time we get a big storm, this crevice here turns into essentially a waterfall, washing anything and everything out of here.
And if Robert Fisher hid down here for any length of time,
The CO2 eventually would kill him, and then he could be washed down the drain.
I'm gonna climb through this final passageway to see where, the water and all the debris would end up.
This really does look like a tunnel that was created by rushing water. And at the end, the tunnel heads underwater.
This is the end of the line. If Fisher's body did get washed down here, it's covered by feet and feet of debris, dirt, and mud.
Several years ago, a caver died in this very room after hitting a pocket of bad air.
I wouldn't want to be down here for more than 4 hours. That would be absolute limit.
Now it's time for us to get out. The CO2 is starting to have an effect.
the bad air is making it nearly impossible for me to climb the rope.
That is not easy. I'll tell you that.
Coming up,
You can really feel how people freak out down here.
We finally make it to the top of the falls. From here, it's a mad dash to the entrance.
Outside, storm clouds are moving in, and any sign we left in that cave is about to get washed over the falls and disappear, just like Robert Fisher.